Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette Contour. It's a little bit of a tongue twister just because there's contour in it twice, but I picked it up because in Sephora and also you have contouring and highlight palettes, and they can get a little pricey. And as of recently, Maybelline was the only one that came out with a drugstore highlighting and contour palette. And when I saw that Wet n Wild came out with one as well, I love Wet n Wild. You know, most of the lipsticks are hits for me. I really like it. I don't have anything bad to say about Wet n Wild. So when I saw that they came out with one of these palettes, I was really excited to try it, and I've been putting it to the test for 2 weeks already. So I have like a in-depth review. And just to give you like a little background, Wet n Wild came out with a bunch of new product lines, and I like to call it like the Wet n Wild Studio just because it is a little bit more higher price. Like the palette itself and the other things that they came out with is $4.99, and usually Wet n Wild doesn't go over $2. So I thought that it was a really good idea to just, put this to the test because I know me personally, I can't spend $60 on a contouring palette, and to see that a drugstore, came out, a drugstore company like Wet n Wild came out with one, and if it's actually really good, this is going to be like a staple just because it is so inexpensive and easily accessible to everybody in the makeup region. So what this line came with, the contouring palettes came with, it came with a light to medium skin toned highlighting contour palette, and this one's called Dulce de Leche. And then there's a second one for medium to deeper skin tones, which came with a more of a warm or a deeper contour and a banana colored highlighting powder highlighting powder, which is nice just because banana colored highlighting powders, I don't know why that's such a tongue twister, but banana colored highlighting powders can get pretty pricey really quick. I know Anastasia has one. I believe Kat Von D has one. Ben Nye, who created the original banana colored powder, has one, but they're really more on the pricier range. The Ben Nye one, maybe $20, but still, $20 for one powder on someone who has like a school or a tighter budget. This is really good, just because it's easily attainable and accessible. And what I like is how big the product is itself. Now, I have been putting these products to the test, and this color right here is really nice just because it is more of a taupe contouring, so it gives you more of that shadow. And I like the color and how easily it blends. As you can see, it's not orange at all or yellow. So once you blend it in, it really does look like a shadow, and that's the color. And that's what I like, just because when you're contouring, you want it to look more like a shadow, and bronzer is more to deepen up the face and make it have more like a glow. So I don't like to use bronzer in my contouring just because, like I said, I don't want a yellow streak or an orange streak here. I want it to look like a shadow. And the contouring side of this palette is super soft. It does get a little powdery, but that's, usual with cheaper end or less expensive products. They do have like a lot of powder pickup, and I love how soft these powders feel though. This is my own palette, so I'm literally just going like this, but it does feel so soft. It feels exactly like baby powder, and this contouring color itself is really easy to blend. So say you had like a Real Technique brush, which I have, and this is the brush that I like to use for the contouring side just because it does get into the hollows of my cheek really easily. And this brush is so soft that you can blend it out. And I don't know if you guys can see this line right here, but that's actually the contouring palette, the powder, and it does look like a shadow. It doesn't really look like anything crazy or dramatic. And you can always build it up to give yourself a stronger, chiseled look. And I really like how soft these powders are. Now, this whiter side of the highlighting palette, like there's two, so it's a contour and highlight. This side really does brighten up the under eyes, and it is really soft. Like, look how white that is. And when you put it under your eyes to set your concealer, it does look really light, and it makes your skin look really clean and, flawless. The only thing I don't like about it's pretty big. Like, it's a really big disappointer. When you're using a brush, this powder does crease under the eyes, And for some reason, when I put it on freshly on top of like my concealer, it gave me the biggest dry patch right here. Like it looked, you know how when you wake up in the morning and you have like that little bit of dry drool right here? I know it's kind of gross, but that's the best way I can explain it. It looked like a big patch of dry drool right here. And the longer I like weared it, the more that it creased under my eyes, which I did not like at all. And you know, for $4.99 you can't really expect much, but I thought since these were so soft it wouldn't crease. And I didn't want to throw away the not the eyeshadow, but the contouring palette, just because the contour color is so good. So even $4.99 if you just wanted to use this side, because it's so big. I don't think I told you guys how much product it comes with, but it comes with 0.44 ounces, which is really big, you know, for both. So, you know, like I said, it's a really nice highlighting color, and they do have a banana color, which I tried as well, and it was really soft, and it really did illuminate and highlight under the eyes. But my biggest issue was the creasing. So instead of throwing it out, I was just playing with my makeup and, you know, my tools to see what I could use. And I saw online that people like to use damp beauty blenders or damp beauty sponges for the powder to sit under their eye. And when I did that with this, and I had to make sure that it was damp, but when I did it with this powder, it did not crease or leave that dry patch right here under my eyes. So I wouldn't recommend using this, you know, with a brush. I would definitely recommend using a damp beauty blender like this one, or a damp sponge, just because it will help the application and the finished product, and it'll make it like flawless. And using the brush for this side for the contour and the beauty blender for this, it makes it work, and it's definitely affordable and a really nice, you know, product to have in your makeup collection. I wouldn't use this for, you know, fancy events or anything like that. I would definitely stick to more higher end contouring and highlighting palettes. But for every day, to go to school, to go to work, this is really nice, just because you're not going to be really taking like a lot of pictures like that. So it didn't really leave a white outcast or anything, but in the end, I do really like this contouring palette. It definitely has taken place of my NYC Sunny bronzer, just because it does leave more of a shadow. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll leave the links down below. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to do like any other videos. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.